a couple of times I had people come up, "You American?" They would tell me. I'm not, yes, I am. He asked me if I had an umbrella, and I said no. And he replied, "I'm going to give you one as a gift."
Wow.
And I've traveled quite a bit with this company I'm with, and I've never had anybody do something like that for me.
But has there been anything that's kind of shocked you in terms of the culture differences?
There was one thing.
What is it?
And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, so please forgive me. I smelled this scent that just threw me all the way off. I literally couldn't breathe. I stopped breathing.
Really?
I stopped breathing. And when I needed to take a breath, in my shirt. This is definitely a place to experience. It was big time life-changing for me because I've never experienced a country where I was so welcomed, and it was just great. It was great.
All right, guys, welcome back to FUNDAY Chat. My name is Wade. I'm your host, and today we have Leo as our guest. And Leo is visiting Taiwan for the very first time. He's working at TaxFree Shopping, and that company is based in the Houston, Texas. And he is originally from California, but has been living in Texas for over 20 years, I believe. Yeah.
Very long time.
He's also half Filipino, half Mexican.
Correct.
And so we are very privileged to have you today. So welcome, Leo, to FUNDAY Chat.
Well, I'm honored. Thank you for having me.
All right, Leo. So tell us, this is your very, very first time in Taiwan ever. Like, what is your first impression so far?
Well, I personally get scared, excuse me, every time I travel.
Okay.
Just because if I've never been to that country before, I'm American. I watch a ton of movies.
Yeah.
And so I get nervous.
Oh, really?
You know, I see a ton of scary movies, and so I get nervous to go to another country.
Okay.
And before I started my position with TaxFree Shopping, I didn't do too much traveling.
Okay.
So I'm not that much of an experienced traveler.
I see.
But when I got here, I got off the plane and immediately felt the humidity and the heat.
Yeah.
So I felt at home.
Okay.
In Houston, Texas, that's what it's like.
That's what you were saying, that it's also very humid there.
Right.
But you were explaining the difference. Tell the audience, what is the difference between the humidity in Texas and Taiwan? Because I feel like Taiwan's humidity is next level.
Right. And it is. I will say, I think I've gone home pretty sticky every day since I've been here.
Yeah.
Whereas in Houston, it's not as intense. But we also have every single building is air conditioned like it's a freezer.
Yeah. That's true.
Whereas here, it's not as air conditioned, and like the subway is not as cold and cool.
Right, right.
But in Houston, the difference is we don't have the mountains that surround us that, hoard the humidity you guys have.
Right. That's true.
So
it gets carried away, and it's not like
it blows through. Yeah. So we always have a breeze that kind of blows that out, whereas you guys don't.
Yeah.
But I personally appreciate the humidity because it keeps you young. It keeps your skin good. You're not dry.
That's
you don't
true.
look ashy.
Yeah,
So but that's my own personal perspective.
Yeah, that's an interesting point, because I think most of the time for us Taiwanese, we get used to it, but a lot of people come in and it's just like, this is so uncomfortable because you're constantly feeling like you're sticky, and then you need a shower basically every 5 minutes.
Right.
But honestly, the pro side of this, it does keep you very moist, and some people don't like that word.
Right.
Apologies, but I remember even for me traveling back home to South Africa, and the humidity difference obviously is it's great, right? So you can really tell, you're in a dry place, but I forget that when I go to bed and I wake up so dry and thirsty. And in Taiwan, you don't have that problem because it's always, humid. So there is a plus side to it.
The hydration is great.
But you know what? I would encourage you, if you really want to experience the humidity, to come during the summer. Because the summertime is a totally different level.
Well, I don't know. My friend Leo, was already telling me about that. And apparently you sweat literally walking from a building to the curb.
Yeah,
so
it's that bad.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah.
But who knows? I'm saying this isn't going to be my last trip here, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, so obviously, I've chatted with you ahead of time, and we've talked about you're not unfamiliar with the Taiwanese people and maybe some of the culture. But So how is that possible?
So I've been with my company for 8 years now, and we only work with international clients.
Yes.
So Taiwanese is actually a large client of ours. So I engage with these clients on a pretty consistent basis.
Okay.
And through my engagement with them, I've always felt so honored to engage with them because they're sweet.
Yeah.
And you don't always, in the customer service world, you're not always dealing with the most kind people.
Yeah.
So these individuals have always been kind and gracious. And even when there was a situation where we couldn't assist them, because, in our process of what we do, we've got laws that we have to abide by.
Of course.
So these clients, they were never upset about it. They were always so understanding. And I think that just speaks volumes to me.
Yeah, yeah.
So when I came here, I expected to enjoy, the culture and enjoy being able to partake in what Taiwan had to offer. And I was not let down. That's for sure.
I was just going to say, like, what's the expectation after, like, sort of having that encounter and then actually being here? Do you feel it does match?
It actually surpassed just because I figured I would engage with a lot more people, obviously from Taiwan, that would be kind and gracious, but I didn't expect it to be everybody.
Oh, okay.
So, like for instance, the other day I went to, and forgive me if I'm kind of jumping off topic here, but I went to an Taipei 101 Tower, is what it's called.
Yes. The tallest building in Taiwan.
Yeah, so I get it mixed up because there's also a mall called Taipei 101,
oh,
right?
Okay, yeah, it's like basically tied together.
Right.
It's the building and then, yeah.
Okay, so I had my Uber driver taking me there. And the Uber driver, it started to sprinkle a little bit and so when he had picked me up, he asked me, mind you, I couldn't speak his language, so he was using his translator, I was using mine.
Okay.
And he asked me if I had an umbrella, and I said no. And he replied, I'm going to give you one as a gift.
Wow.
And I've traveled quite a bit with this company I'm with, and I've never had anybody do something like that for me. So that gesture in itself was just, it represents what Taiwanese people are. They treat you like you're a friend or family, and it's beautiful to me.
Yeah, no, that's great. I know, again, most foreigners' experience being here in Taiwan is that it's so safe, it's so people are friendly and they're eager to help, even if they can't speak the language, right? But they really attempt and try to make the effort to make you feel welcomed, and that's cool. Like, you just had that experience.
Right.
Tell us a little more, like, coming here, I'm sure you're experiencing all the good stuff, but has there been anything that's kind of shocked you in terms of the culture differences?
There was one thing.
What is it?
And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, so please forgive me. We went to it's like a night market.
Yes, night market, yes.
And I guess it's a bunch of street vendors where they sell food.
Yep, very common, very popular here.
Got some great food, by the way. I enjoyed like this, it was kind of like a powdered, like a dough ball with
mochi.
Beef. I think so.
With beef inside?
It had beef in the middle with seasonings. And it was amazing. I don't remember what it's called, forgive me. And then like they even, this woman lit this fire and it was blowing fire and she was cooking this steak and stuff on the grill.
Yes.
That was phenomenal too.
That's what it's called, the diced beef.
Yeah. And she seasoned it and everything in front of us. It was great.
Yeah.
But as we kept walking, we got to the middle and then I smelled this scent that just threw me all the way off.
That's fair. That's fair. I think most people know what you're talking about.
Yeah. My friend told me it was stinky tofu.
Not about it?
My goodness, I never in a million years would be about it. I'm sorry. I just, I literally couldn't breathe. I stopped breathing.
Really?
I stopped breathing. And when I needed to take a breath, in my shirt. In my shirt is how I breathe.
To just speed past that.
I wanted to speed, but there was so many people.
That's true.
I was going like 0.0 miles per hour.
And how long can you hold your breath for? Like, have you?
It was seconds. Seconds on seconds. I think I turned blue at one point. I couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
And it was such an intense scent that it burned my throat. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Honestly, there's so many people that are in the same boat as you. And I think if you weren't prepared And because I
Right.
chat with you before, right? And I explained, how this is kind of a specialty in Taiwan.
Right.
And if you're not prepared for it, I've gone with friends and they've actually walked around and they were like, do you smell like the gutter? Like, is there a gutter somewhere? Or like, and I'm like, that's a delicacy that if you're brave enough, you should try. And honestly, for those that have tried, and I have tried them, but I personally prefer the fried versus over the boiled. The boiled one is the one that, very potent.
Okay.
The fried one is not as bad. And honestly, the taste is different to how it smells.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think like it's a thing like it's an acquired taste at first, but honestly, once you enjoy it, it becomes this like, yummy stuff. And so the scent doesn't even bother you as much. But so it's safe to say that you obviously didn't try.
I didn't eat the rest of the night.
Oh.
Right. It was done. I was done for.
Okay. Because my next question was going to be like, what was your favorite and least favorite? So safe to say that would most likely be your least.
My least.
What about your favorite? Do you think the beef or?
It was the beef for sure.
Okay.
I'm huge on protein because I like, when I
Good
work
meat.
out and stuff, obviously
Sure.
you want pure protein, but she cooked it so perfectly. It was great.
Again, just like being here for your first time in Taiwan, do you have anything else that like kind of like surprised you or that left like an impression on you?
I think the main thing, and I just keep going back to this because every time I get on the phone because I call my family or my friends back home every night because it's morning for them.
Right.
And, I just keep telling them how lovely it is and the people are so kind. I was at a restaurant and I was trying to pick something from the menu and I couldn't speak what it was.
Yeah.
And the lady wasn't understanding me. The person next to me helped me. And that, like, it's just, I don't know. I don't really receive that. I'm really big on kindness. So when people are kind to me, it means the world to me. It's impressionable.
Yeah.
And, me coming from Houston where hospitality is huge for us, I travel a lot and you don't always receive that hospitality.
Yeah.
So to receive that here, I think that's probably the biggest thing and why I posted on my social media about how people should come here. There's pictures up. I do photo dumps on my thing every day.
Yeah.
So I think that's the biggest thing is the way I feel is what I'm probably going to take back the most.
Yeah. No, very cool. We were talking about, how did you end up coming to Taiwan and what was your purpose of the visit? And we met at the travel exhibition.
Right.
And
ITF.
So tell me a little more, like what brought you to Taiwan?
So this is our first time ever coming. Well, my first time with my company ever coming. I believe our company has attended in the past.
Okay.
But with Travel Texas, Oliver Yang and Leo Yao from Houston First, they're some of our business partners, and so we were invited to attend with them.
Okay.
So with TaxFree Shopping, we are a customs broker in the state of Texas, and we process sales tax refunds for international clients who are visiting within the state of Texas and make their purchases at any of our participating retailers.
Okay.
One of the benefits or the biggest flexes I like to say about coming to our company is we are the largest customs broker in the state of Texas.
Okay.
We are the second largest customs broker in the world.
Wow.
And we have over 240 participating retailers with us. So as long as you shop within that list of participating stores and you visit, and it's only, your purchases are only done within the state of Texas, you qualify for a sales tax refund. You've got to do a $150 purchase minimum within each physical store.
Okay.
Then you visit our office with your passport, your original receipts, return flight information, your merchandise, and we refund you pretty much immediately, whether you want cash, check, or PayPal. So cash is an instant. Check and PayPal, you do wait a short period of time, but that's always something that is available to you as well.
Right. Okay. So that is the gist of your company, right? And what you guys actually do. And so when I first heard it, I was curious, how is that different to, let's say, when you go to the airport and then you have your duty-free stuff. So is it somewhat similar or is it different? Like, what is the...
That's a really big thing that people always think we are.
Right.
It's always a misconception.
Because you kind of just think tax-free, and then you're like, oh yeah, it's like the duty-free.
Right. No, everybody says that from other countries when I talk about tax-free shopping. But tax-free shopping and duty-free are two completely different things, because we partner with retailers where you can make purchases at these retailers where you have to pay your taxes up front,
right,
and then we refund you. Duty-free is different because you can only shop at the airport past security.
Right.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they keep your goods. They hold it for you when you're about to get on the plane, and that's when they hand it to you.
Yeah.
So totally different concept, and you're only eligible to purchase the goods within that retail store.
Yes.
And they obviously don't carry what the other 240 retailers carry throughout Texas.
Yeah.
So
okay, that makes sense.
Totally different concept.
Yeah. And so, do you know when this company was established? How long has it been operating?
So TaxFree Shopping was established in 2001.
Okay.
So it's been in business for quite some time.
Yeah.
It originated with Ben Petty Sr. and Carolyn Petty.
Okay.
And then just before the pandemic, they both retired, and Tracy Davis and Benjamin Petty, their kids, they now run it.
Family business.
Family business. That's why I absolutely love working for them, because it's not just a family business. They actually treat you like family. And so that's why I've been with them 8 years.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. So being with them for these 8 years, and you said you've traveled around. Well, what's the first place you traveled to?
So Mexico. Mind you, yes, I'm half Mexican.
Yeah.
I didn't go there before. I've gone there one time before with my friends, and it was to the border.
Just to the border.
Yes, because again, I was scared to go international. So I
went. So what? But explain what is the fear of going international?
Have you seen Hostel?
No.
Hostel's a scary movie.
Do you personally enjoy watching scary movies?
I do.
Oh, okay,
I do. I like to scare myself for some reason. But yeah.
So then all your perception is through the movies.
Through the movies, yes.
Okay. And then what broke that perception? Like when you actually got there, is it like Hostel, or is it?
Absolutely not. No.
Right? Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely, it was just my own mind playing games on myself.
Yeah.
But I think the reason I had to step out of the box.
Okay.
Like I said, I love working for TaxFree Shopping. I knew I was capable of doing more, because when I originally started with them, I was just the Houston area manager.
Okay.
And so I wanted to do more. I wanted to grow. So I opted into assisting with marketing and helping in other areas of the business. And that included attending events and representing the company on their behalf.
Yeah.
So I attended several events in Mexico.
Okay.
So lots of different events that we've attended over the years. And when I first started, it was very uncomfortable because I was stepping out of my box and trying to get acclimated.
Right.
But as time progressed, I'm now traveling is just like nothing.
Yeah, it's not that scary. And I think the big thing about traveling and why I enjoy it, and I think most people, if you have the ability to do so, should definitely, do it. It's just because it really opens your eyes. It opens your perception of how big the world can be and how different every culture, every country, how people think, how people operate, how things are done. Like, again, similar to you, firsthand experiencing Taiwan versus maybe just knowing the people. I'm sure it expanded your mind even more, and the possibilities.
I think the only thing with travel is, and this is big for me, if you're going to do a long haul, bring a pillow to sit on, or pay for a business class seat, because, geez.
Okay.
It's uncomfortable. The long hauls are hard.
Yeah. Over 10 hours is...
It was a 17-hour flight coming over here. So
I mean, you got to use the restroom a few times. You got to, do a little walk around.
Bro, I stood up like 10, 11 times the whole trip and walked up and down and stretched. I'm like, I'm dying.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing that I think personally I've grown up traveling. So I've gotten used to like understanding what it looks like to have those long stretch. And then especially with my body, I just figured like, hey, I know when I got to get up, when I got to be stretching, when I got to do whatever to make the time pass by.
Right.
But yeah, for sure. There's some hacks, you got to figure out that works for you. So let's talk a little bit about the ITF that you attended. And you said, obviously, in the past, you've attended many other sort of exhibition, but you said this was one of the bigger ones that you've attended?
Yes, this was huge. I don't think I've ever seen so many people in one building.
Yeah.
And daily they were giving us the numbers of what was coming in, to the convention center. And I was like, because they said at one day it was 63,000 people. And then the next day it was like 65 something. I think at one day it was 102,000 people.
Yeah.
I'm like, what in the bejesus?
Yeah, there's that many people
that
can fit in this space.
And I stayed in my booth.
I
got.
Was it overwhelming?
It was overwhelming. There were so many people. I wandered around in the beginning to avoid the crowds because I wanted to see the other booths and kind of see what was going on. But and the booths were stunning. I mean, I saw the money that people invested into marketing their businesses. It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I think that it was just, I kept looking down each aisle. I can't tell you how many videos I got. And it was just a sea of people.
Yeah.
But everybody was kind and just
orderly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Orderly, and there was no chaos. It was just people were in singular lines at the booths that they were trying to do games and raffles for, and I loved that. I thought that was great.
Yeah, how is this different to the other exhibitions that you've attended in the States?
I would probably say not as. This is probably the most engaging one I've ever seen, where the people who were going throughout the halls and visiting the booths, they were actually engaging so much with all of the people within each booth. That I really, really loved. Everybody was so invested in the raffles and the games that people had.
People love collecting the different little gifts and
I actually I'm taking a ton of ideas because I always host my own booth for IPW. So I'm like, I'm going to take some of these ideas and figure out what I can do to get people invested into wanting to, spend a little more time at my booth and learn about tax-free shopping, because I think that's one of the biggest things. Is obviously I was here to promote tax-free shopping. I think that was also one of the difficult things was I couldn't speak the language. I had the rat cards and Chinese traditional and all that good stuff. Leo Yao helped me get those put together, but I still wasn't able to communicate. But the people that were coming up, they were still able to take my information. They were still trying to hear what I had to say. But some of the funny moments, a couple of times, I had people come up, "You American," they would tell me. Yes, I am.
Oh, they're like, okay.
And I'm like, yes, I am. Like, how you like Taiwan? And I'm like, I love it.
You didn't point back and be like, you Taiwanese.
No, but they were taking pictures with me. I thought that was great. I laughed so hard, and they laughed with me. So it was hilarious.
Yeah. No, I think that's definitely a huge benefit to being a foreigner here in Taiwan. Many foreigners who come and work here for maybe a short period of time end up actually staying 5-10 years and they fall in love with the country. And so it's really cool to see how so many people experience that. And there's obviously pros and cons. I wouldn't say it's always everything's great about it, but I think for the most part there's the good parts that you've truly experienced, which is really cool in your short period of time. Yeah. And so I mean, just to finish off here, what's the encouragement that you would give to our viewers? Because I'm sure a lot of them travel to the States and often, but why else should they come to Texas? And how can tax-free shopping encourage more of these international shoppers?
So with tax-free shopping, I think the biggest thing is we are exactly the way the Taiwanese people are, with being so kind and receptive to other foreigners that are coming in to their space. That's exactly how we are. We in our offices, we're all about the customer service. We're all about hospitality. And I think that's one of the biggest things that the owners have really, really pushed on over the years, is making sure that we are always focused solely on that aspect of the business. So when your clients, when the Taiwanese come into our offices, they're going to feel welcomed, just like I feel welcomed here. That is one of our biggest things, is making sure that people feel happy, comfortable, at home when they're in our offices. So that's number one. Number two is obviously what we offer, which is the instant, no limits cash refunds. Yeah. Clients can come in the state of Texas and they can process at any of our 14 offices as many times a day as they want. They can refund in cash as many times a day as they want, and there's no limit to the amount that they can refund. Okay. And again, we have other services available. We have a concierge service to them as well. So if they come in and they spend a lot of money at a specific retailer and they're uncomfortable walking throughout the mall with this item, we will come to them and process them. Okay. So we offer a VIP concierge service to those clients as well. So we're all about catering to our clients, making them feel welcomed, making them feel appreciated and valued. Yeah. And, most importantly, also feeling safe. So we know that, handling cash and processing sales tax refunds, I think that's one of our biggest things, is giving them that safety and understanding that, whatever you need from us, we're here for you. But, also knowing that we're going to do whatever we can to process and make sure that they get taken care of. Yeah. But there are times when we can't, like if you're using the merchandise or if you've already checked your luggage. So, because we have our office in the airport, for instance. Right. I've got 2 offices in Terminal E and D at IAH Airport in Houston, and then 1 at DFW. The problem is a lot of times clients will go to process, but they've already checked their luggage.
I see.
So we need to inspect those goods.
Actual goods, yeah. Okay.
So if we're not able to do that, then unfortunately we can't process. You know?
So be sure to process before checking in. Yeah,
you've got to process before checking your luggage. We do have to view the merchandise.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so.
Well, tell us just a little bit about what's the draw for Texas, because you're originally from California, and what's kept you there for all these years, and what would you encourage the people to see?
I think for me, because I grew up Central Coast, California, I love tech. I moved into Texas as soon as I turned 18. Okay. So in 2002, I moved over there, never went back home. I've gone to visit, but I've never gone back to live. And I think the biggest thing for me is I've stayed in Houston the majority of the time, and Houston's so diverse. You get a taste of every culture in Houston. And I think that's what I love about it the most. That's good. Is you don't feel singled out. You feel accepted. You feel like you belong no matter where you go. From what personally, I eat pho every weekend. Okay. I love pho. Nice. And I'm Mexican. So you would think it's tacos and, menudo, but it's not. So, but I love pho, and so I eat that pretty often. But I can eat anything I want. There's on every area, because there's so many suburbs in Houston. But no matter where you go, the food is phenomenal. The people are everywhere. I mean, that's one thing about Houston, though, is the traffic.
Oh, is it?
But traffic's not perfect here either, so I'm not going to act like it's perfect here. But I think that's the biggest thing for me is the multicultural, diverse that we have there is just phenomenal. But I mean, there's also so many other things aside from the diversity and the food. There's also the museums. The shopping is huge. We've got one of the largest shopping malls. We've got the Galleria in Houston. There's over 400 stores in that one mall. It's ginormous. Now, I will say I had a huge impression here when I went to Taipei 101. I looked like a nut job. There were some of the people that live here that, because they were watching me, I saw the Louis Vuitton. And I was like, whoa, oh my gosh. And I took a video of it, and they looked at me like I was crazy. And I'm like, well, it's because you guys are from here.
But what was so special about it?
Just the way that the way it was constructed. It was just so huge and and then the Tiffany in there too was great. The crystal wall, everything. It's just
so
very
you're impressed by the design.
Yes, it was beautiful. I'm all about the high end and the luxury brands, and so when I saw it immediately, I was taking pictures because I always take it back home. Because I'm friends with many of the retailers. So I'll go back and I'll say, they outdid you in Taiwan. That's what I'm going to tell. But it's beautiful.
No, that's cool. Yeah, it sounds like you're obviously going to be taking a lot of new ideas and new concept and experiences that you've had and,
I'm going to try to take some of Taiwan back with me. Yes.
That's amazing.
And I'm going to implement it. I loved a lot of their way of doing things here.
All right. When are you coming back?
Well, we'll see. I don't know. It might be next year. It might be, sooner. Who knows? Well, definitely next year, not this year. It's year's over.
But you'll recommend people coming to Taiwan?
I already have. So I've posted, like I said, on my social media. I posted photo dumps from each day. Yeah. And I definitely said that you need to add it to your bucket list. Yeah. This is definitely a place to experience. It was big time life-changing for me because I've never experienced a country where I was so welcomed, and it was just great. Yeah. It was great.
Well, that's fantastic. We're glad that Taiwan and the Taiwanese people were able to give you this experience. Yeah. And everything of the best with the future as you go back, but also we'll probably see you again when you come back.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Leo, so much for today and for coming in to share your experience and telling the people about seeing, because I believe that we all grow up in a country and you can get very comfortable and it's very easy to just be like, oh, it's always going to be there, or that's just the way it is. And then until you go out and truly experience other people and other places, and you really get to expand your mind. And so it's great to learn cross-culturally. And it's, thank you for sharing your experience with the audience. And we will hope to see you in the next episode.
Thank you for having me.
Bye, guys.
Bye.